Today, I'll show you how to get your Google Cloud credentials JSON file from the Google Cloud console. This is the file many tools and libraries need so they can securely connect to your Google Cloud project on your behalf. We'll go step by step slowly and clearly so you can follow along on your own screen. First, open the Google Cloud console in your web browser and sign in with your Google account if you aren't already. If you have multiple Google accounts, make sure you're using the one that actually owns or has access to the project you want to work with. Once you're in, check the top bar for the project selector. If you have more than one project, pick the correct one now because the credentials you create will be tied to this specific project. Next, we're going to navigate to the place where Google Cloud manages API keys and OAuth credentials. On the left-hand side, open the main navigation menu if it's not already expanded. Look for the section labeled APIs and Services and click it. From there, select Credentials. This credentials page is where you'll see any existing keys, service accounts, or OAuth clients for your project. Before we create anything new, it's worth quickly checking what's already there. If someone on your team has already set up OAuth client credentials, you might be able to reuse those instead of creating duplicates. That said, if you're setting this up for a new application or environment, it's usually cleaner to create a fresh client so you know exactly what it's used for. On the credentials page, find the button or link that says Create Credentials. Click that, and from the drop-down, choose OAuth Client ID. If you're prompted to configure the consent screen first, go ahead and do that. You'll need at least a basic consent screen set up before you can create OAuth credentials. Once that's done, come back to Create Credentials and select OAuth Client ID again. Now you'll see options for the application type. Choose the type that best matches where these credentials will be used. For example, you might pick web application for a website, desktop app for a local tool, or another option that fits your scenario. Then give your OAuth client a clear name. Use something descriptive like the project or environment it belongs to so you can recognize it later in the list. When you're happy with the settings, click the Create button. After the client is created, you'll see it listed on the credentials page. If a pop-up appears showing the client ID in secret, that's fine, but what we really want is the JSON file. To get it, look for your new OAuth client in the list of credentials and click on it. This opens the details page for that specific credential. On the credential details page, look for the option to download the JSON. Typically, there will be a button labeled Download JSON. Click that and your browser will save a JSON file to your computer. This file contains your client ID, client secret, and other configuration details that libraries and tools can use to authenticate with Google Cloud. Once it's downloaded, move this file to a safe location and keep it private. Treat it like a password. Don't share it publicly, don't commit it to version control, and only give it to systems and people that truly need access. And that's it. You've successfully created an OAuth client and downloaded your Google Cloud Credentials JSON file ready to use in your application or development environment.